We're looking at e-learning tools, not going back to Google Classroom, not going back to the lockdown. A lot of people get traumatized when you say e-learning. However, those things are already in the school system. Those are already a part of our daily lives, even out of school, right? We're always learning. There's e-learning everywhere you go. We're looking at 6 through 12, not elementary. Elementary is not, even though they do use it. But we're looking at doing that more so with, the junior high and senior high levels, so that we can find cost cutting, so that we're not spending so much in other areas. So that's one area. There's a lot of different things to look at. And until we would get in there, to know more that we can do. But that's one component of it. So
how would that e-learning look for a given 6th through 12th grader?
Well, they already do those things, right? Like iExcel. iExcel is already there. That's one of those tools that's already there for them to use. So we're looking at, how can we utilize it more so we can cut costs in those things. The details are not finalized. Those things need to be worked on. But we're looking in that direction to see, where can this benefit and be utilized more so it opens up a broad spectrum of even more opportunity for the kids, right? Outside of what the school district currently offers, in the sense of, we have certain things that we offer, right? E-learning gives a broader spectrum of education that could come in, different languages, different curriculum that the school doesn't necessarily offer, those types of things, electives that you can choose outside of what the typical norm is. So just looking at all of these different avenues, nothing is set in stone. There's so many ideas that, they're there. It's just, how do we best implement that? What does that look like? We have to look at the budget. We have to look at all of these things before we can say, yes, this is what we would do. Get other people's input on those things. So
it feels like you're asking voters to really trust you, because if the details are not finalized on this and it's a huge part of the campaign slate, that's a lot of faith to ask parents to put in you as a school board candidate.
I think it's a big trust issue either way, even with the other candidates. They're looking at a referendum to solve the issue. What's after the referendum? Is that going to fix the spending issue? Is that going to balance the budget? Is that a Band-Aid, or is that a solution? Are we going to have another issue and another referendum come up in the next how many years because, okay, we paid off this debt, but we still don't have a balanced budget. We're still spending too much. What is their solution outside of the referendum? What's the next step to get things fixed? I think there's a big trust there as well. When you look at people who have been overspending, mismanaging things, and you are asking people for $20 more million to put in your hands. I don't want to give them $20 more million. They've already been fiscally irresponsible with what they've been given. But they're trusting people to say, hey, come trust us, give us more money. But you haven't dealt well with it these years. Why would we give you more? So where's that solution? We're at least offering some alternative to say, hey, let's look at these ways. Why do we have to cut? We don't have to cut right now, any of these programs. Why are we looking in that direction? Why is that the only solution? And then raising property taxes. There's got to be other, areas that we can look at.